Hey guys, welcome back to Grit Branded Podcast. We are here with a good friend of ours. He does some really cool stuff in the industry, and so I will let him go ahead and introduce himself.
Hi guys, my name is JD Tollefson.
What do you do?
I do videography and some social media stuff, but I'm not a big fan of the social media stuff.
More of the videography stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Perfect. So I know that you go on the road and you do some stuff for the PBR, so kind of talk through that with me. What do you do for them?
Well, do a lot of different things, I guess, but the thing that I like doing is just the video stuff. We do a YouTube series for every event, so that's kind of my main deal with them, and then I'll go to like training camp and whatever extracurricular stuff that.
So are you like, when you go to the events and things like that, are you like in the dirt with the guys, videoing them riding, or are you more locker room, behind the scenes, that kind of thing?
It's a mix. Like I'll just be in the locker room with them until they go out, and then I'll just follow whatever they do. I just follow and record.
And how many's on the Carolina team? I'm not as familiar with the PBR teams.
12 per team, but like they'll only bring, like 8 guys per weekend or whatever. So 8 guys in the locker room. Awesome.
So tell me a little bit how you got into that, what your background is. Like when you were 18, did you think that you were going to be doing this?
No, I did not. Honestly, I grew up around rodeo and stuff. My dad's an announcer, and my uncles, things like that, rodeoed, but I never did rodeo. I was very lucky to have friends that did, and they let me come along with them. And I was always turned into the guy that, when you're at every bull riding, it's like, hey, can you grab my video? And I'll be like, well, yeah, I can grab your video. So eventually I just started an Instagram page and like started making TikTok edits, and then I would take it from TikTok and put it on Instagram. And I don't know, people just told me that I should get a camera, and I got a camera.
You did it, yeah. What did you originally want to do? Like, what was, we were talking, the guest before us, she does marketing and stuff, and she wanted to be a chiropractor, and that took me by a whim.
I have no idea. I had no idea what I wanted to do. When I started videoing, I didn't have anything figured out at all. Like, I had no idea. I was just rolling, yeah.
That's awesome. So you live here in Texas, but you do travel a lot. So how much is your year traveling, and where are some of the places that you go to and things like that?
I would say from June till November is travel for the most part. And then after that, go home for the holidays, and come back, and I try not to do a whole lot. Yeah. But it's a lot of traveling there for however many months that is, I guess.
Yeah.
But
so what is your favorite thing that you get to do, or that you love videoing, or things like that? Do you like getting the content? Do you like editing? Do you like all of it?
I don't know. I've thought about that. I feel like sometimes the actual filming feels like a chore, but then other times editing feels like a chore. I don't know. Yeah. I think I like them both because then it's all yours. Like, I would have a hard time editing somebody else's stuff because I don't know what their thoughts were when they're filming it, I guess. But I guess both. I think I would probably lean towards editing more when it's something that I'm excited about.
Yep. I have a hard time, so I'll go out and get our content and stuff like that, and then we have a girl in-house that does all of our editing. And it's so hard for me sometimes to put my ideas into words of like, I shot this.
Yeah, you can't explain really what you're thinking. And I don't know, like I always think that everybody thinks something else is cool. Like even when you see other video people, like you can't judge anybody's stuff because maybe it's just not how you're seeing it. You're seeing it differently than them. So I think it's just the best way to do it for me is just do all
do
the
it.
stuff.
Yep. And edit it. Yeah. So do you strictly do bulls or do you do other stuff as well?
I do rodeos too.
You do?
Yeah. Not as many. I would like to do more, but it's just kind of hard because they overlap. But bulls has always been what I've been interested in, probably more so, or maybe it's just that I've been around that more.
Yeah.
All my friends are bull riders, so it's just easier to do that.
Awesome. Yep. So have you done like short films or anything of that nature, podcasts or any of that stuff?
I've never done anything with podcasts. I don't really know what you'd classify as short films. I'm not very educated in the film world. I just kind of
roll with it.
Watch a lot of YouTube, and
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't know the correct terms for everything, but
Is that how you learned how to do a lot of your stuff?
yeah, YouTube, and just I think you get the base stuff on YouTube, and then you just learn from everybody else. I guess kind of just take stuff from every other person and figure out how to use it yourself, I guess. But yeah, I don't know. I guess YouTube would be short films or
Yeah, just anything outside of reels or things of
yeah, the YouTube stuff. I enjoy doing that, like telling a little more of a story. And then I did a hunting show last year with Cooper.
Okay, that's what I
Davis.
thought that you had said that you
Yeah,
done.
that was interesting. I didn't really know what I was doing at all, but
So what did y'all do? Like, walk me through that. You say you did a hunting show, but
so like we would just Coop had all these hunts planned, and he had the big picture idea.
yeah.
And I told him I'd help him with it, or he asked if I would help him with it, and so we did. And I told him, like, dude, I have no idea how to do this stuff. Like, I'd never made a long video or anything. Like, I really had only done reels or like maybe an intro video for an event or something, but nothing like
To that extent.
yeah, like nothing production like that. So that was really interesting, but I was proud of it when like the first episode that we did, like I didn't think I could do it.
Yeah.
And it could be much better. They all could have been much better, but it was cool to go sit
And
in
experience
the
it.
stand or in a blind,
Yeah.
and like we'd do crazy stuff. It was wild.
What was he hunting? Was it?
We hunted all sorts of stuff. Like we went to South Texas and hunted nilgai. That was crazy. We went to Africa, hunted all sorts of stuff there.
Really? Okay.
Axis one time, and then just deer after that. But yeah, it's
That's
wild.
super cool.
You almost, when you're filming hunting, you're hunting without shooting. Like you have to be so quiet and still. I was always afraid I was gonna mess it up, but I never did, thankfully. But yeah, it was fun.
I'd have a hard time being still. I could not be still trying to do that.
It was.
So
fun.
did you video like before and then when y'all got in the blind and then after? Like,
Yeah,
it
pretty
was
much
start to
everything.
finish?
Coop, he was really good to work with. Like, we're both just figuring it out,
Yeah.
So we'd try to get as much stuff before and after, but as you go on, you learn different ways to do stuff, or maybe more efficient ways to get the story told. But yeah, mainly, just at the lodge or wherever we were before, and some of the things after.
I bet Africa was really cool to have all of that stuff on film too.
I'm not a big fan of Africa myself,
Really?
but I think I like the United States. But it was fun. I don't know. I just don't like feeling. It's tough. It's weird when you're in another country. It's just weird. You
I'd
feel-
never left the country, so like,
Yeah, I had never either. So other than I went to Canada maybe once
Yeah.
or twice, but
I feel like
Yeah, it's
also
a
when
different
you're
deal.
hunting out there too, it's a very different atmosphere. And
yeah, and you just see how other people in other countries live, and it's just wow, like
Wild.
It's crazy.
yeah.
But
So when you're in the arena and stuff like that, do you have any stories of like close calls or any super cool experiences in the arena?
Not really.
Play it safe.
Yeah, I usually like to. I figure I have a lot of money in my hand, so
Might as well play it
I don't
safe.
want to be. I think my biggest fear would be being the camera guy that gets wrecked out. So I usually stay out of those situations.
I was talking to Logan the other day, and he said that he was telling me a story about Pendleton when he broke his ankle.
Oh yeah, yeah. See, like
Greatest story.
what a story! But I don't want to have that story.
Exactly. Yes. Yes. That's outstanding. So, we always, like, a big thing that we do is we want this podcast to be something to where like youth can listen to it as well. And if someone was listening to them or to this podcast and that is a avenue or something that interests them, what is your best advice if somebody wanted to get into what you do?
Well, just run with it. I don't know. I mean,
Yeah.
like I'm still learning every day, and I have a lot to learn and like a lot of areas to grow. So,
Do you think relationships were a big thing for you?
oh yeah, I was very lucky to have the friends that I had and them, introducing me to people and getting me like, if I didn't have the friends that I had and like the relationships that came from those friendships, I would never, who knows if I would even still be doing it. I
always say like where I'm at today, if it wasn't for the relationships that I built and actually holding those relationships, not just meeting people, creating that connection. And
in the Western world, I think it's pretty important to have relationships, but anybody can have relationships. I mean, most all people in this industry are good people, so if they see another good person,
you're on our team.
You're gonna be fine. But I was lucky, very lucky in that aspect.
So there's a couple of questions that we kind of always ask. If you could sit down with your 18-year-old self, what would you tell him and why? I know we're getting to the nitty-gritty.
Jeez. I would just probably tell him to not worry so much about what you're gonna do and just do something that you love to do or that you enjoy. Because I think a lot of kids that age probably are so stressed about what they're gonna do, and like life is crazy. You have no idea what you're gonna do. I mean, it's just wild how things work out, and you might think that you're gonna, like you said, that woman wanted to be a chiropractor, like it's crazy what you might meet somebody someday and you want to do something totally different, or I don't know, if there's something that you're passionate about or that you like, I would definitely try to stick around that.
I always say like if you would have told me 2 or 3 years ago that I'd be where I'm at right now, I'd tell you that you're absolutely crazy. You just never know what opportunities can be laid in front of you. And I think that's a cool thing that we get to see, I think, in the Western industry, that we are so relationship based that we do get to see these things unfold, where I've known people that I went to college with that are now on some of the biggest teams or admins in the Western industry, and we've all got to kind of build it up together, which is cool.
Right. Yeah, it's pretty crazy.
So where are you headed to next, and what do you got going next?
From here on out, it's just PBR team stuff. We've had 2 weekends off here at the beginning, so kind of just been getting our stuff back together at the house and getting ready to go every weekend. But we'll go to Florida next, Sunrise, Florida. And then after that, it's every weekend to a different.
After that, So you said that you go out to Bucktown and do stuff at JB's place as well?
Yes.
How is that? Do y'all just get film? That's going to be a fun experience.
It's fun over there. There's no pressure. It's just like Randy and JB, that's their whole deal. And they had a vision for it, obviously, and they've built it to what it is. But Randy Couturier, he helped me a ton in everything that I've done. So when they were first starting to do stuff out there, I think Randy had asked me if I wanted to come over and check it out one day, and I brought my camera and filmed a little bit, and it was just fun. And ever since then, I've kind of went out there when I can and just try to help however I can.
So how did you meet Randy?
Well, like I was talking about my friends, Randy, he was doing a lot of stuff within the PVR back long before I was ever videoing or anything. But my friends knew him, and I always watched his stuff. Like, he was the only person really doing anything like that at the time. Like, I would call him a pioneer of the film stuff within rodeo. And man, I remember like messaging him and stuff and just like asking about it. And I didn't even know I was interested in that at all. But what I did know is I liked watching his stuff. Yeah. And I don't know. I don't even know what I would say to him. It'd be funny to go back and look. But I just then met him from social media, I guess, really, or maybe a mutual friend of some sort, or I don't really remember. But probably when I started videoing, we just connected on social media.
Yeah, he is intelligent with his stuff. He's awesome. Yep. Yeah. When we were at the Billy Bob's premiere, looking at all that stuff and just seeing how he dug out the archives of all of that stuff, like that takes a creative mindset. And
he's
amazing.
He's so good at what he does.
That's awesome. That I would almost say like he's kind of like a mentor to you, kind of. You learn
for sure.
From him.
Yeah. He helps more than just filming. Like I could call him about anything. So
that's awesome.
That's important to me, and especially being away from your family and stuff. Like someone you can be close to that maybe, I don't know, has a lot more wisdom than you. I think that's important to have somebody like that
in your corner. Absolutely. Yeah. So where are you originally from?
From North Dakota.
North Dakota. And how and what brought you to Texas?
Well, right about when I first started, or when I first got a camera, I can't remember how it all went down. One of my buddies had asked to film his wedding, which I'd never done anything like that.
Yeah.
And I had a job at home, things like that. Well, I drove down here and did that, and I kind of realized how much stuff there was to do down here, like as far as videoing goes. And one of my best pals, Weston Hartman, he's dating Paige Stout.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, he rides too.
Yeah. He's my guy. He always let me come with him and hang out and go to bull riding and stuff. So anyways, when I came down, I stayed with them for a little while over at the Stouts, and it was always fun because they had stuff to film around there and everything like that. But shortly after, I got a call from the Carolina Cowboys deal, and worked that all out and everything. And after that, I realized I had to travel a lot and stuff. So flying from North Dakota is sometimes kind of difficult. I hadn't flown a lot at that time or anything, but I just knew that I didn't like the airport, and I wanted it to be as easy as possible. So I figured if I could come down here, be closer to more action, I guess.
Yeah. And I feel like
be able to fly out of DFW is a better situation than too.
Absolutely. Yeah. That makes sense. I didn't think that you were from Texas. So I didn't know that you were from South Dakota.
No, this heat that's out there, kill a guy like me.
When I flew today when we were unloading stuff, because we were in South Dakota, Utah, and I got back and I was like,
it's way too hot.
I was like, I don't want this anymore.
When it's hot up there, I complain about how hot it is. So down here, I just stay inside.
Riverton, Wyoming was the last stop that I had, and it got pretty toasty up there.
Yeah, it gets hot, but it's a different.
It ain't this hot.
No, it's a different type of heat.
Yeah, absolutely. So with it being the podcast name Grit Brand It, we always revert back to grit. And I think in our industry and what we do, every single person has grit. And if you don't have it, then I don't think you can make it in the industry. So we always just ask people, if you could describe what your grit is in one word, what would it be?
In one word.
I know, I'm going to
I
get
don't
you
know if
on
I can
this
do
one.
it in one word. I'm not sure if I can do it in one word.
Okay, I'll give you 3 words, 2 words. What is your grit?
Just don't give up.
Yeah.
Keep trying. That's what I think grit is.
Yeah.
I mean, try hard. I don't know.
Yeah.
You know?
That's what you do every day.
Yeah, I think
Just keep
if you
trying.
just keep doing that, keep getting better, you're
Yeah.
going to be fine, or be willing to learn, you know, try new things. But yeah, just don't give up.
Yeah. So do you plan, like, do you have any goals in the future? Do you have any projects that you want to do? Like a dream project that you want to do?
I wouldn't, I feel like I have ideas that come and go.
Yeah.
I don't really have anything. I don't like to plan too much, because if you plan, then that's how things go wrong. So I just like to
Is that why you're late? Is that why
yeah,
you be running
exactly.
late all the time?
Just tell me a day, not a time. I'll be there at some point.
Tell me a day and not a time, but
Yeah.
I'll be there.
No, I'm sure that there is. I'd have to think about it,
Yeah.
go back in my memory and think about it. But
Go back and
there's nothing that stands out that I would really want to do. I just, when things come,
Yeah.
I'm not a very patient person, so when I have an idea, I like to do it right away.
Yeah.
So,
And I think opportunities present themselves when, like, you never even knew that it was an opportunity, or things come and you're like,
I think
what do you
things
want?
come up that, you know, you get excited about more than probably planning it out or having some dream project or whatever. But I'm sure there's things that I would, of course, want to do, but it's hard to say
Without
when or how all that would happen anyway.
So for anyone that's watching or listening, where can they see your stuff, look you up, follow you, what you're doing, those kinds of things?
Just 8-second takes on Instagram.
Okay.
where
Is
I
that
put
the
my
Instagram that you had made when you originally started all of it?
Yeah, there's probably some really bad videos on there. If you scroll down,
Scroll way down, you can see the whole process.
you can see the start probably.
Yes.
Yeah.
That's awesome, though, that you still have everything from start to
I think I've deleted some stuff that I was really embarrassed of, but there's some stuff still on there.
That's awesome. All right, guys. Well, we're going to go ahead and wrap this podcast up. Thank you so much.
Thanks for
being
having
here.
me.
Yes,
Appreciate it.
absolutely. Well, guys, thank you for listening and watching. We will be back with our next episode.